All right, I got the facts. I'm doing it. We're doing it. I just want everybody to know real quick though, I'm not trying to force religion onto anybody. All right, I'm not trying to like sit here and tell you what to believe in, tell you what's true or false, tell you this and that. I'm simply presenting the facts that I have, that I found, and what I believe in, and giving it to you guys. And hopefully, you guys can do whatever you guys want with it. Believe whatever you want. I don't care. But these are the facts. This is the knowledge. This is the Bible prophecies that have been told and that are coming true, and you can't deny it. We'll start with one that really we can't really deny this. All right, it's the increase in knowledge. So it says in the book of Daniel, even to the time of the end, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. So no one can deny the rapid increase in knowledge, right? Technology has increased 500 times itself in the past 100 years. Understand that maybe up until 100, maybe 150 years ago, the fastest transportation around the world was a horse. That's not very fast at all. You have jetpacks, airplanes, you got all kinds of shit today to run to and fro. And knowledge shall be increased. Our phones. When I was in 5th grade, I had a Razr. I have an iPhone X now with facial recognition. Like, what? Where does that, like, how does technology take that far of a leap? It doesn't, bro. It's just crazy. But, and not to say that this prophesies the end of the world, but it's a prophecy nonetheless that was fulfilled, and it became true. You kind of got to do some thinking for this one, but Daniel and the king of the north. So right here, we're staying in the book of Daniel. And he shall plant the tabernacles of his palace between the seas in the glorious mountain, yet shall come to his end, and none shall help him up. So he, in this case, is referring to the king of the north. The king of the north is not actually a person, but they're nations. The kingdoms north of Jerusalem and Israel are Turkey and Syria. The king of the north shall plant his tabernacles in between the seas and the glorious mountain. That's talking about Jerusalem, meaning that the kingdom of the north is going to invade Jerusalem and try and overtake the people of Jerusalem and the people of Israel, which is happening today, right now, in Israel. If you watch the news, you can understand all of what's happening in the Middle East right now is completely 100% Bible prophecy fulfilled. So May 18th, 2015, the Turkish president came out with this statement. He said, "We Muslims lost our way towards Jerusalem. The wearer of our eyes has froze us, making us blind, and our hearts that was once destined to beat for Jerusalem is now instead conditioned for rivalry and being in a state of war with each other." So since that statement came out, Turkey and Syria have both tried invading Israel and taking over their people, which is predicted in the Bible. All right, this one's scary because literally no one can deny it. But the increase of violence and homosexuality, that's a prophecy that's predicted in the Bible that in the end of times, there's going to be an increase of violence and homosexuality in the world. In the book of Luke, it talks about the story of Lot and Sodom. So the story of Lot and Sodom was that the city was so corrupt and full of crime and homosexuality that God sent 2 angels to destroy the city. It pretty much correlates the city of Sodom with modern society today. So a lot of what was going on in Sodom back then is going on in society now, today, currently. So a lot of homosexuality, a lot of violence. You see so much sex trafficking, child pornography, just so much crime and so much corruption that it's angering God. God's pissed off at us like, yo, what are you guys doing, bro? Why are you guys down there doing all this crazy stuff? Why are you guys wilding out like that? It doesn't need to happen that way. You know that right now the highest murder rate in the world is set at 90.4% murder rate? That's in Honduras. 90.4%, bro. I think that's something like 1 in every 1,000 people gets murdered in cold blood. Like, that's just crazy, dude. The murder rate and the homosexuality and everything that's just going on in the world and all the crime, we're being compared to the days of Sodom. And it says that God destroyed them with fire and brimstone from heaven. And thus shall be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Meaning when God comes back to the earth and he needs to punish our asses, we're all going down. This one's pretty crazy. But the ability to enforce the mark, this one has directly to do with money. So in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. A lot of people will miss this part, but it has to do with a cashless society, meaning that we're eventually going to be in a global economy, meaning everyone's going to have the same not amount of money, but the same type of money. Everyone's going to have the same currency, which means we're all going to submit to one ruler. There's going to be one bank pretty much, and we're all going to get our money out of one bank. But as soon as that happens, he who does not enforce the mark of the beast shall not buy or sell. Meaning, if you don't submit to the government, if you don't submit to the mark of the beast, you shall not buy or sell. I mean, that's pretty crazy, but like you're already starting to see that with PayPal and Google Wallet and all these other ways that you have to pay for stuff without actually paying for it. You know, it's all digital. It's all money online. It's not, there's no actual value to currency anymore. And that's predicted in the Bible so many years ago. And I understand this too, that when the Bible was written, we didn't even have the technology to create a global economy, a global currency. Now, before ever, is the only time in history that we've had the technology to do such a thing. How they were able to predict that in the Bible, no one will ever know. But it's predicted in the Bible and it's coming true. And that's the scary part. This one's kind of scary too. The rise of spirituality. So I say here in the first book of Timothy, chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly, that in later times some shall depart from faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. This literally is like all the media that we have now, entertainment media, movie media, bunch of stuff to make us not believe in God, pretty much. Like, I don't know how many times I've heard about aliens, but I truly believe that aliens is the biggest lie in the world. It's the biggest lie to depart people from their faith with God. If you believe in aliens, you don't believe in God, because in the Bible it says that we are the only beings on earth. God made the earth for us, humans. And if you believe that there's other humans out there, you're wrong, because that's not what it says in the Bible. It's just, you know, I mean, so many people believe in aliens. It's crazy, but like I've had conversations with people where they believe in aliens before they believe in God, and I'm like, bro, like, I mean, I understand, you know, you believe whatever you want, but like, what makes you believe in aliens? Bro, I've seen them. I've seen aliens, UFOs, this and that. And it's like, okay, like, but you can't believe me when I say that I felt God's love. You can't tell me, you can't sit here and say that I felt like I was blessed. You know what I'm saying? Like, how weird is it that people can believe in aliens, but they can't believe in a God? I don't know. That's crazy. But to me, that's a rise in spirituality. People will start departing their faith from God and believing in false doctrines and seducing spirits. Again, no one can deny this. Natural disasters is predicted in the Bible too. And when you hear of wars and rumors of wars, do not be alarmed. This must take place, but the end is not yet. For nations will rise against nations and kingdom against kingdom. There will be earthquakes in various places. There will be famines. These are only the beginning of the birth pains. That's in Mark chapter 13, verses 7 through 8. That's scary, bro. And when you hear of wars and rumors of war, are we not living in that right now? But the end is not yet. That's scary. Like, so pretty much everyone's saying that the World War III is going to be the end of the world. World War III is going to be the end of the world. Scariest shit in the world. It's not. It's not. The world is going to completely shit on itself, and we're going to be stuck living here while we're judged by God, pretty much. He's going to pretty much look at us and be like, look at what you did to yourselves, dumbass. Now you have to sit here and suffer for 7 years. You know, like, it's just, there's a lot to go on. There's a lot that goes into it, but you just have to read the Bible yourself. Read into the book of Revelations. It'll explain it all to you, bro. You'll get some shit out of that. But it's scary. So I mean, it talks about a famine in here too. It's not a surprise to anyone that like the world is hungry right now. There's global hunger. That's famine. That is famine. Like, people think, oh, famine is when the crops don't grow, this and that. No, famine is when people are hungry. The world right now is hungry. And it specifically states actually earthquakes. Earthquakes are mentioned in the Bible a lot. In Matthew chapter 24, verse 7, he states, and earthquakes in diverse places. I don't know if anyone else knows this, but earthquakes are so new. Like, the amount of earthquakes that have been happening, totally new to the world, never seen it before. April of 2018, there was around about 4,000 earthquakes a month. There was specifically 3,952 earthquakes a month. Bro, that's globally. Did you know that in the year 1900, and I mean, that sounds like a long time, but it really wasn't that long ago, there was a total of 21 earthquakes in the whole world that year. There was only 21 earthquakes in the whole world that year. In April 2018, there's almost 4,000 earthquakes a month. Bro, like, that's not normal. That's not normal. I don't know how else to explain that. That's not normal. You know, a lot of people will sit here and say like, bro, you're just kind of making some shit up now. Like you just, no, I'm really not, bro. This shit came out of the Bible. These are all Bible verses, and I just related them into the world. Like, I'm not doing, bro, I'm a regular ass person. Bro, I smoke weed. I even sell fucking weed. If you ever need weed, hit me up. Like, I'm a regular ass person, bro. All I did was be fucking curious about what was actually going on in the world. Understand that my religion tells me what the fuck is going on in the world. Why wouldn't I learn about it? There's no reason why any of us can't learn for our own knowledge. Like, no one needs to sit here and tell you this shit. You should want to go and do this by yourself, bro. This shit scared the fuck out of me. Like, I'm scared right now. And you guys should be scared too, because you guys are now woke about this shit. You guys understand that things in the Bible are happening in real life, in the real world, and like, you can't ignore it anymore. You just can't ignore it anymore. There's no way you can ignore it anymore. So understand that if you watch this video, you're now woke. You can't ignore it anymore. Stop ignoring the fact that we're all fucked and start spreading some damn knowledge.